Well, you guys, people are asking where this money is going to come from and how long it will take for them to receive it. I talked to a lawyer to find out what comes next in this case.
After almost a decade of threats and messages from conspiracy theorists led by Jones, this is a moment years in the making.
In what was a long-awaited verdict, Alex Jones has been ordered to pay $965 million to aid families of Sandy Hook victims and an FBI agent who said they were harassed and threatened as a result of Jones' lies following the 2012 tragedy.
They deliberated about what they thought a reasonable, just, fair, and reasonable number was to compensate the plaintiffs for their emotional distress and the harm to their reputation.
But questions remain on whether the plaintiffs will see any of that money and how much Jones is actually worth. Quinnipiac law professor and lawyer Tony Minchella says,
the question is not going to be where it's come from, it's going to be how do they get it.
He also says what the plaintiffs will have to do is find out where Jones' companies are.
And with limited liability companies, they can go after what's called a charging order to attach distributions to him from the LLC's profits. It's going to be a long road.
The road is already long for the families of the victims, but their lawyers promising that they are in it for the long haul.
We are going to go to whatever forum we have to, whether it's in Texas or in bankruptcy court or right here. We are going to enforce this verdict as long as it takes, because that's what justice requires.
So now that the jury has ordered Jones to pay this, what happens next?
Before they can start executing, they have to exhaust, all the appeals have to be exhausted.
Jones' legal team, led by attorney Norm Pattis, plans on appealing Wednesday's verdict, meaning this case is not quite over yet.
We very much look forward to an appeal.
But the families say the verdict is a huge step in their healing process.
This is sending the right message that people are good and that good does prevail.
And Jones is already on the hook for a $49 million verdict issued by a Texas jury back in August. That verdict was awarded to the parents of Jesse Lewis, one of the children lost at Sandy Hook. Later this month, a Texas judge is slated to consider whether he can invoke a state law that limits damages to $750,000. Well, there isn't a law here in Connecticut to do that. But after that, Jones faces a third defamation trial in Texas in a lawsuit filed by parents of another child killed at Sandy Hook. In the studio, DeAndrea Turner, Fox 61 News.